So in this video, we're going to talk about the biggest lie told to us about building wealth. And right off the bat, I'm just gonna say, and that is that you have to be old in order to enjoy it, right? You have to be retired in order to enjoy it. And let me explain, right? Because unless you're going to be an athlete, entertainer, some celebrity, it's going to be hard for you to build wealth early in your youth, right? Like most people, when you think about building wealth in their youth, in their younger years, it's not possible, right? That's just not realistic, right? And that's the programming that we've been told, that in order to build wealth is like, you know what, outside of a celebrity, entertainer, all that, you have to do it slowly, right? And obviously what they've told us is get a job, right? And then invest in your 401ks, invest in the stock market. And then by the time you're 60, 65 and you retire, you'll have millions in your account, right? And for a lot, I think for a lot of people, this is probably decent advice, because unless you're thinking of ways of other ways of making money outside of a regular job, this is probably the smart thing to do, because for a lot of people, they rely on Social Security. And for me, I was like, I would always advise, don't rely on Social Security to fund your retirement. That's not the smartest thing to do. It's supposed to be a supplement. It's supposed to supplement your income. The smart thing to do is invest in index funds, mutual funds. And then obviously as you're working your job, you invest, you're putting that every month. And then by the time you're 65, you'll have a little nest egg that you can retire on. But this is probably advice maybe for most regular people. But if you're someone that wants to build wealth, right, and you want to get rich, and you want to do it at a time where you're young, you're youthful, you have the most energy, you're the most healthiest, then doing it that way is just not going to work. But this is what they tell us. This is like regular financial advice, right? Get a job, invest in the stock market, and by the time you're 60, 65, then you can enjoy the wealth, the works of your labor. And for me, it's just like, you know what? Obviously that doesn't work for me, right? Especially if you're someone that's entrepreneur, you got business mind, you know that there are faster ways to do it. And I'm not talking about any get rich quick schemes. Obviously for me is obviously building a business. Like I think for me that's the best way to build income, and that's the best way to build income exponentially, instead of a regular job where you're capped with your salary or your hourly wage. Like it's hard for you to build wealth that way just using a regular job. So the best way is with a business, and I've learned that firsthand. Right, back in 2016, when I did affiliate marketing, I started my online business. I started that in 2016. I didn't make real money until 2018, when I was making like 5 figures, right? And then my best month, I think January in 2019, because the most I ever made in my affiliate business was $38,000 in a month. And that's because like the product I was marketing with affiliate marketing was a health and fitness app, right? I think it's called Noom. Right, and during January, where you have the the New Year's resolution, where everybody's trying to lose weight, that thing sold like hotcakes. I mean, that thing like that month went crazy, made so many sales, and made almost $38,000 in that 1 month. And that kind of opened my mind to like, man, you don't have to wait until you're in your 60s to really enjoy wealth. You can do it now. Now, not to say that it's easy, but you can do it now. And all you gotta do is, and because I had that experience, I got a taste of it. And you're making 5 figures a month, and you get that taste. It's like, all right, there's no way that I'm going back to anything else. Okay. And for me, because I've been on this journey when it comes to entrepreneurship. I haven't had to work. The last time I worked for anyone was in 2018, right? That was when I was a kickboxing instructor. That was the last time I actually had to work for somebody. And for me, that just opened my eyes and said, you know what? There's other way that you can enjoy wealth young. I wish I learned this when I'm in my 20s, right? I'm 42 now, and in my 20s, I wish I'd have known this. I'd have read books and I would have learned this. But of course, you know what you know. But if you're someone that's in your younger years, like, knowing that it is possible to do that, like as long as look, it takes a lot of failure, right? You try a lot of business. Like for me, over my years, I've tried a bunch of business. Right? I tried MLM businesses. I tried, obviously personal training. There was a lot of failure on my way to coming to this enlightenment of business. And you have to understand, if you're someone that's going to build wealth outside of a 9 to 5, then you need to understand there's gonna be a lot of failures. It's not easy. It takes a lot of work. You're gonna fail a lot. But you don't have to call that failure. These are just learning experiences, because you have to find out what works, right? You have to find and understand like how to build something that's going to, generate income for you consistently. And for me, when I did that affiliate marketing business, I was making so much money, I got to a point where I was like, I got complacent, right? Because I've never made that much money before. I was like, oh, this money's gonna be coming in, so I'm just gonna chill and relax. And that's the biggest mistake that I made, right? Because eventually that money died down. Okay, and then that money stopped coming in, and then you find yourself, like, oh damn, now my revenue stream is gone. Good thing I did a good job of saving money. So, and I know for most people watching this, like, they won't get what I'm saying, right? Because obviously we've been conditioned to think a certain way when it comes to making money, right? We've been conditioned to think, working a job, working that for X amount of years, and then investing and then retiring, and I get it. So to go outside of that norm, that level of conditioning, that programming, it's hard to just accept something new. But if you look at today's day and age, right, when it comes to jobs, right, there's so many people that just feel like working at a 9 to 5 job just isn't worth it anymore, right? They feel like the pay isn't there. They feel like I have a job, but I still can't afford to buy a home. I still can't afford to keep up with inflation the way the economy is right now, right? It's hard to really keep up with anything when it comes to the state of the economy with a regular job, unless you're very frugal and very good with your money, man. And we understand that. As long if you're good with your money, if you're decent with money, you can make it. But obviously, it's going to be a struggle. But if you're someone that's thinking, you know what, in order to outpace inflation, a regular job just isn't going to do it. I'm going to have to find a way to increase my income exponentially. And the way our government manages the money, the way they handle money, inflation is probably going to continue to go up, and things are just going to continue to be more expensive. So I have to find a way to outpace that inflation by a lot, right? Because a regular job just isn't going to do that. And for me, obviously, starting a business or finding ways outside of a regular 9 to 5 job is the way to go, because there's just so much opportunity. Is it easy? Of course it's not easy, right? Like they say, 99% of businesses fail. But obviously, if you're someone that's willing to withstand those statistics and say, I'm going to push through, because I know if I continue to be consistent and committed, then I can break through and find a way to make money outside of a regular job. And I think a lot of people can do it. It's just, for a lot of people, they just don't have that the fortitude or the consistency to do it. And if you're someone that's watching this video and you have that, then I would definitely recommend pursuing that, right? And I mean, obviously, you want to handle your responsibility. If you have, a family or whatnot, you want to make sure you're handling those responsibilities. But if you don't, then this is a good opportunity to do that. And for me, it's like, look, man, they lied. The biggest lie they always tell us is, like I said, that in order to enjoy the wealth and enjoy the building wealth, you have to be old and retired and enjoy it. And obviously, you see so many people that are younger than that are doing well financially. So why can't that be you? And right? And I know this is mentioned for a lot of people that won't get, but you know what? If you're someone that believes that there's definitely life outside of just working 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, and you want to enjoy everything life has to give, then why not take this opportunity, right? Why not take the chance, right? And for me, it was easy for me. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I have confidence that I'm gonna succeed in it, but you know what? If I never become successful, at least like when I'm on my deathbed, I can say, you know what? At least I tried. Okay, so yeah. So those are my thoughts. I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so guys, take care and have a good one. Later.